Okay, now we're up in the electrical room and we're gonna go clean out the AC units.
AC filters in the units. So I keep all the filters in this room. These are the 25 by 16 by 25 by 2 inch. Special order from Ace, which Scott has the phone number. These are the 20 by 20 by 2 inch. And it shows you an airflow on here. So that means when we put them in, that airflow has to point towards the air conditioner you're putting it in. This rope is what I use to haul up and down the boxes from the roof. That's why this rope is important. It has to stay here. These are the filters for downstairs in the gym. As you can see, they're 1 inch. So they fit in all the air conditioning ducts that are downstairs. This one is a particular one, 1625 by 1, only fits in the tumblebug room. The rest go in the 5 various ones in the gym. This has been getting hard for me.
Climb up with the extension cord. It just lifts up.
I pop this. At this point, nice and careful, I'll take the extension cord, which is tied to the unit, and drag it up. Okay, as you can see, 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These units take the 16 by 25 by 2 inch filter. This unit is on. What I would do, shut this off. This door, this is the funky door. This door, you put your fingernails under here and you pop it off like that and it slides right out. I usually stick that right here. And as you can see, in here, you pop this piece up. There's a lid. You pop that lid up and you pull the filter out like this. Now this filter's good. Brand new filter. You know how you can tell? You put it up to the sun, see right through it. Brand new filter.
And the airflow, obviously going
Remember
from
the airflow
out
thing?
to in.
On the back, you see these steel pieces. Always goes away from you. The clean side is what shows out. So when I pop them back in, I slide it into the shelf. These I just change.
Okay, so these ones we just changed.
These ones we just changed. Now once you pop that in, you have to make sure that this top piece slides down over the whole thing. And then very important, this needs to be pushed all the way to the right. Because this could be left like this or like that. It needs to be pushed all the way to the right. Okay? Now on this particular piece, I'm not sure what's happened, but this has become loose.
Yeah, we have to fix that. Okay.
Yeah, but even you fit these in the slots, pick this up, push it in, and then it slides in. But if it doesn't, you have got to put your fingers under here.
Pop it in.
Again, this one is, remember the piece I told you
Yeah,
about?
this is a hard one.
You might have to get a new one, but this, what has to happen is this needs to be pushed up for it to be pushed in.
Got it.
So again, when I stick, on these particular air conditioners, this is a double filtered system. So these are the filters on the top AC. The other smaller filters I showed you, the 1 inch, those are the ones in the air ducts downstairs. So these filters don't get so bad. You can leave these 2, maybe even 3 months. But you come up and check them all the time when you do the filters. And then when I'm all done with the operation, pop the machine back on.
Even if it's not on, turn it off anyway, right?
Usually I turn them off and turn them on.
Yeah. Okay.
When I come to the big units, this is where I blow out the chalk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 big units with 4 20 by 20 by 2 filters in them. What I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll set myself up over here. Notice the slot underneath the wall. Oh, and a dead bird. On the top of his shoe. That's new. Luckily, the plug is right here.
Nice.
Pop this machine off.
Even though it was off, he still puts it up.
I'll come over here, pull this door up the same way I did the other little door. I'll take this door very carefully because you don't want to pull this piece off. I'll take this, drop it over here. Now when I pull these out, I push this up. You can tell these guys worked on this, you know why? I always put all my filters in this way. I never put them in this way, and I don't know why. I just do it that way. I guess you could do it either way, but I always do it like this.
So they just worked on these filters yesterday. Air conditioning guys were in.
So the top come out first. Remember, you pull that top piece.
Yep.
I take these out carefully, and that's my first set.
Carefully, because they're all dusty. Typically.
Usually I'll take all 4, and when I set them up, you notice I set them up in reverse.
Okay, you just leave that.
So on the next on the bottom ones, you pull this up, and you gotta be careful because they'll drop and go down in there. And I'll take these 2 out. Now usually, after I do that with this particular one, because I do all the blowing right here, I will take this and stick it back on so any of the dust doesn't get back in there when I'm blowing.
Ah, that's good.
On this particular machine. Since I do all the filters over here, I don't have to worry about those machines.
So you take them off of the machine over there and you bring them to this wall.
Right. Now I start with 2 at a time. And I'll take this. Step. The second step.
And these filters were just put in yesterday, huh?
No.
No?
No, I put these in. They're clean because I take care of them all the time.
Well, you blew quite a bit out already.
They didn't blow them out, obviously.
Yeah.
They just rearranged them. Then I flip them around. And then I would usually flip them one more time.
Too quick.
Now these 2 are done. Now you notice I took these out of the top. These are the first ones because the top came out. I always keep those, usually in my right hand, and I put those first. I pop these over here. Now these are the bottom ones. And I don't think it matters that much, but again, that's how I do it. Now again, when I start them in reverse. You can see the steel that holds the fabric in place. I put those on the angle, and I will blow the chalk, which was coming in from the other side, I will blow it out.
Flip them a 3rd time. 3 flips, okay.
Now I'll take the ones that were, those were the top ones. I'll take the ones that were on the top, and I will put these on the bottom now.
Switcheroo.
I switch the filters around. Pull the door back off, being careful. up against here. Now these were the ones on the top. Now you notice this side goes away. Airflow going in. This slips into the slot on the bottom. That pops down. Now it won't fall out. You take your next one, make sure it's the same way. And again, I do all mine horizontally, not vertically. Okay, I make sure. And then the last thing I do is push everything to the right, so you can see what happens.
Yeah, so when the chalk doesn't get cleaned out, it gets in on the
air refrigeration coils.
Yeah, the coils here, and that's what we got to
And this is
keep from happening.
rock. You can't.
we
There's
gotta-
no way you get. I don't know how he
We
gets
got to
that
clean
off.
this off. That's what we got to avoid by keeping our air filters clean.
Slide it in here like this. Use your finger. Make sure it's all the way on. I always know when someone else has been up here. Now you notice I put that on. This one's on. This did not go on. You gotta make sure this piece goes on correctly. And then the last thing I do is push everything over to the right. And you take your door.
Do you ever clean this off? You vacuum that off? Let's try
No, I don't. These things are touchy, Scott, and they tear.
And here we go. So we don't normally blow that off unless it's really bad.
We don't normally blow that off unless it's really bad. Then you pop the door back on. You notice you put this in the slot. Take your fingers, push it up. Once it's pushed up, you pop the bottom in. Be careful you don't catch your finger in there when you do that. Your finger can get caught in there and it'll hurt. Okay, this machine is done. The last thing you do is walk back over. Very important. Turn the machine back on. Otherwise, you won't get air conditioning in the gym.
It won't get dirty.
Okay? All right, and that's how I do all the AC filters up here.
Good job, Paul.